You want me to go to the audience build?
That's another great question.
From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, high at Baltimore Street, in a maximum security facility complete with central air, it's today.
Hi, this is Matthew Leach. I played First Sergeant Talbot in Band of Brothers.
Hi, this is Field Guide Paul Bailey.
Hi, I'm Dale Fetzer. Hi, I'm John Rothman.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
Hi, this is Anthony Bordner. I'm a huge fan of Addressing Gettysburg. It is the greatest and most quality podcast ever. And you're listening to it right now. God, you're so lucky.
Don't ever go on America Got Talent. You won't make it.
Faster!
Did you send Ed Lincoln?
Never fight up, boys. Never fight up, Bill.
Don't give them
3rd
fuel.
Battalion, 3rd Marine Infantry Regiment.
I could house that load.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg
today.
Faster! Faster! Do it! Do it! Do it!
You're goddamn right.
You guys suck!
Long time. We love you a long time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of AG Today. I am your host, Matt. Sitting across from me is the lovely Bethany Yingalinga. Hello, Bethany.
Hello.
How are you? You enjoying your new microphone?
I am. I feel very fancy.
Yeah, you sound fancy, too.
Yeah, I think I sound better.
Yeah.
I sound less high-pitched, I've noticed.
You're using the wrong term, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, I feel like I sounded like
you
this
sound
all the time.
It sounds less thin. Now you've got a fuller voice. But on the old mics,
right,
it was... What's that? What's
You're
that?
right.
I know.
You're right.
I'm always right. Not.
Stop telling him.
Colby, when am I not, damn it?
When you're playing darts.
First of all, wonderful. I got 6 bullseyes. Me and Cindy combined.
Cindy with 5 of those.
4. I think she got 4. And
What?
we went to Colby and Taylor's last weekend, and
nice.
we had food, and then we played darts.
Uh-huh.
And I've never actually played darts. I've thrown a dart.
I've never thrown a dart in my life.
I have. But I've never actually played it. I never knew what the game was. And it's actually very fun. Right? It is fun.
It's fun, man, especially if you're drinking and having a good time. You know,
Yeah.
It's hard to beat. That's why they have
Well,
them
I
in
was
so many
drinking.
bars.
What?
That's why they have them in so many
Exactly.
Let's have people drink copious amounts of
Yeah.
alcohol and then throw something with
Next
a
time
really sharp point on it. That sounds like a great idea.
bars. Next time we'll get Matt to take his shirt off and let us throw it out his back.
Luckily, there's enough fat to not really hurt anything vital. So, yeah, so we did that, and it was fun. But there was a fight on.
There was a fight on. I actually
Macho Camacho and who?
No, it was Canelo Alvarez, and I forget the guy who was fighting, was like the main fight, and I ended up watching it after you guys left. I stayed up and watched it.
Yeah, so like we're over there. It's me and Cindy and Colby and Taylor, and we eat dinner and stuff. And Colby's like, "You guys, you want to watch the fight?" We're like, "No, we're socializing. Like, who wants to sit and watch a fight? You know?"
Anybody,
No,
everybody loves
see, I
watching
don't like it
fights.
when people turn the TV on when I'm socializing.
If I'm at somebody's house, the last thing I want to do is watch the TV.
Or if I'm socializing with somebody, like, Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. By the way, Colby, real quick. Bethany said that when you switch cameras, it skips out on the sound. So just do the two-shot.
Yeah, just like leave it on our faces all the time.
And zoom in.
Yeah.
And anyway, so he's like, hey, dudes, you want to, brah, you want to go and watch the fight and everything. So we watched, like, while we were eating, we went and sat in the living room, watched it and stuff. And then Colby took me downstairs to see his new studio. Very nice.
We stayed down there a lot longer than I thought we would.
Well, the guys go off to one room and the girls go off to another. It's a very typical ritual at such an event.
We talked shop.
And the girls were out on the screened-in porch, and then we went out, talked with them for a while.
Talking about how annoying you are for sitting there talking shop.
They were bitching about
that's
us.
What they were talking about.
Yeah.
Because when we came up, they let us know how annoying we were.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, the look of disdain on their faces when we walked into the porch area was, right, Cole? Like, it was just...
You know what it is? They don't understand we're trying to build an empire, bro.
Like, they don't get that. They don't get it.
Listen, I don't care if you're trying to build an empire. We are socializing.
Right.
There's a time and a place.
Right. But even still,
When my in-laws come over...
You think Genghis Khan had some wife in his ear saying, hey, we're not trying to build an empire? No.
No, she was saying, get the hell away from me until you bathe.
I'm building an empire.
No, she didn't want him anywhere near her because he wore pelts.
Do you think the titans of industry didn't go off into another room and smoke cigars and talk business?
Yeah.
No, you're right on that. They
did.
definitely did.
Yeah.
Oh, they definitely did. But did they have happy marriages? No, so don't tell me.
I bet they were.
You don't know.
I bet they were
have...
pseudo happy with them.
I think there was no pseudo-ness.
No. You got to think in those days, they probably did have happy marriages because their wives were taken care of. Otherwise, what would they have done?
Their wives were uber rich. They could get anything they wanted.
It wasn't the same day and age as today, where you could go and be a lawyer or a doctor.
You couldn't start an OnlyFans back then.
You could, or OnlyFans. You couldn't do OnlyFans. Anyway, it was a very nice time, and I brought my carnivore meal over. Taylor did make Mongolian beef, which I had a little bit of, and it was very, very tasty.
Oh, that sounds really good.
It was very good. But I brought a filet mignon over, and I brown basted it, seared it and brown basted it. You ever do that?
Mm-hmm. That's how Mark does it, yeah.
It's so good. I'll never cook steak any other way.
Basting?
Yeah.
Oh, and then you make like
garlic and shallot. Yeah, and then it's a garlic and shallot.
What did you call it?
Garlic and we're talking to her or me?
Yeah, her. Did you say a jus sauce?
Sauce.
Like an au jus.
Au jus sauce.
I only heard jus sauce. I just had to check. I thought this was another. I thought this was another Yingling pronunciation.
This is a Clarion thing.
A Clarion thing. Yeah.
I never saw that word.
I almost said Canfield. I almost said a Canfield thing.
Until I moved down here. I'm not from Canfield.
So anyway, so I cooked that, but then we go play darts, and it was a lot of fun. Because I didn't know, I figured there was a game to it, with all the numbers on the board and everything like that. I figured there had to be something, but I never really cared to find out. But careful the lemonade doesn't go over your nose again.
Oh my God, that hurts so bad.
But so Colby taught us how to play, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I want to do it again.
Do you have an electronic board?
No, it's a real one.
It's a cork board.
Yeah.
It's the real deal.
With scoreboards on either side of it, the doors that open up and everything. It was fun.
That's nice.
I really liked it.
An LED light?
LED light so you could see where you're throwing. It was fun.
Legit?
But I got to tell you, this carnivore diet, it's now, on Monday, it'll be week 2.
Uh-huh.
And it's amazing.
You feeling good?
I feel great.
And you coming over?
No. So...
Oh, play the song.
No,
bro.
Here. But look. It's.
Bro. Let's hit the gym. Bro. Let's get you slim. Bro. 70-mile ruck. Bro. Gonna make you pull a truck.
So I bumped into your boy Tommy.
Where at?
Giant.
He's doing a little grocery shopping.
You always run into people at Giant.
Well, where else are you gonna run into him?
Literally every time
Every time I'm there, it's somebody
yesterday?
else.
You bump into him
It
yesterday?
was yesterday, yeah.
I know why he was a giant. He was getting the ingredients to cook his wife a birthday dinner.
How many birthdays does she have? Didn't she just have a birthday?
No. His kid had a birthday, and then he had a birthday.
Oh.
Listen, they've got freaking 6 people in that house.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have a lot of birthdays
all the time.
Yeah, that's the problem with 6 people in the house. Too many damn birthdays. Christmas must be fun.
Over 300 days in the year.
That's true. But, are they all close together? It doesn't matter. The point is, I bumped into him at the Giant, and we got to talking, and I asked him about...
and you said, brah.
I said, did Colby tell you about the songs that we did? And now I have a mea culpa here, okay?
Oh, is this the
This is my confession.
Oh, God.
Okay?
This is my confession.
Everybody...
Will Usher do?
No. Everybody on the show here knows except you. And I couldn't tell you because you were so happy and so excited. And I didn't want to break your heart. But I have to tell you what this really is here, okay? The Walk Tallers, okay? Of course, with such hits as Bethany, oh Bethany.
Bethany, oh Bethany.
Okay.
How many cars slammed into buildings today?
Colby, baby.
Colby, baby. Were you ever in the Marines?
All right.
Hey, did you know?
Did you know Colby was in the Marines?
Colby was in the Marines.
Right.
3rd Battalion and 3rd Regiment.
I mean, and then there's also, of course, the classic Grant song.
Yeah.
Not Ulysses, but this Grant.
Grant sits alone in his basement office.
Okay. All these songs by the Walk Tallers. Big fans of the show out in Pittsburgh. It's a collective. When we did the first time where I was playing all the songs, right? My best friend back home watched the show the next day, and he just texted me and he said, a collective of musicians who are so talented, but they're not interested in being known? Question mark?
That's the same thought I had, dude. That's what made me ask you this the other day.
And that is AI. That is not real. Those are not real people. Yeah.
Because Bethany, listen, they're playing 12 million different genres with 1,500 different singers.
Right.
And they play it exactly like it's
supposed
to be.
And not only that, but like you got like, for example,
I hate you so much. Wait, so what
like
did
this
you
one,
do?
like,
You did it.
Do you know how hard it is to replicate the Motown sound? Yet these guys
Do it spot on.
So you
Where
wrote
did they
it?
find that singer,
right.
So you wrote it?
Yes.
And
So-
then put it in AI and it made it
So
up. And
here's-
so there is no walk
You want,
taller.
we can write one right now. Would you like to do that?
Is there no walk?
This is fun.
No,
I
wait.
want to participate.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
What?
Wait.
What?
So there is no walk tallers?
I am the Walk Tallers.
They're mapped as AI.
Oh, wait, I don't have my button. No, don't do it. So let's write a song
Why would you
together.
make this up? Why
Because-
didn't you just tell me I did this on AI?
So here's what happened. Somebody sent it to me. Okay. And the website. And he's like, I bet you can have some fun with this. And so I played around with it, and once I figured out how it works, I was like, oh, let me get some like news. Oh no, I was trying to do like sweepers, like, going into and out of the break, AG today, something like that. But it doesn't, I don't know how to write the cues for that. So it never comes out like that. So I was like, all right, well, let me see what else I can do. And so then I was like, well, let me do an Alderson Broderson song. And then I was like, okay. And then I said, well, let me do one about the news for Bethany. And originally what you do is like, okay, so give me... just start describing it. So like you got to describe a song. So like if for example, for that Motown song, I said R&B, soul, 1960s style.
Let's do Frank Sinatra style.
Okay, so big band, swing, male crooner, orchestra. Let's see.
I don't like this at all.
Jazz.
I am very upset with you right now.
Oh, no. This is fun. Okay, now we're going to write some lyrics. Let's. What are we going to write about?
Matt is a jerk face and
Matt
makes things up.
is a jerk face.
And Averill blanked his men
makes
gently.
things up.
And the next line should...
Averill blanked his men elegantly.
That's right.
Bethany sheds a tear because the truth is finally here.
I am so mad at you right
Okay,
now. You even said, I said,
here.
what is this woman's name? And you said Kim.
I barely got it out. I was like, yeah.
I hate you.
Oh, Beth.
Why
She
did you
tried to
do
throw
that
something
to
at
me?
you, and then she hit her own camera, too.
Sorry.
I really was excited that somebody knew who the hell we were. I've gone around telling people that they are people.
So it's funny. I was at the Gettysburg Film Commission, which is this new thing that Bo and Chris are doing, and they had a cocktail hour coming out party on Friday. And our friend Sharon was there with her husband. And so we got to talking, and by the way, I said to her, so I hear you ask Beth, how can she work with me? Yeah. And she goes, I never said that. And I go, what did you say? And she goes, I said you guys bicker like brother and sister. And I said, okay, well, that's a lot different than what Beth was saying. Anyway, so we get to
trying to be nice.
We get to we get to talking, and they listen every week and all that, and they were saying how much they love it and all that stuff. And I said, what do you think of the music? She goes, oh my God, they were great. Those people are so talented. And I said, it's AI. And her husband went, I told you. And it's funny because some people pick up on it right away.
That like, dude, we were at dinner. We were at dinner the other night after I had heard it for the first time, and I was like, dude, it just sounds like AI to me. I was sitting there telling Matt, I was like, I don't understand how there could be this talented of musicians,
right? And nobody knows them.
And they're making songs about the most obscure show they could possibly be.
Exactly.
But see, that's why I thought they weren't known, is because they were doing stuff like this for fun.
But if
and you made me believe that this is true, and you're absolutely horrible.
Bethany, if they were that talented, they could be making hundreds of thousands of dollars
millions. Just
playing,
they don't even have a YouTube channel, the Walk Tallers.
Just playing things that aren't about AG today.
Right.
Is a jerk face.
I hate you.
Isn't that amazing?
He makes things up and Averill.
It's Judy Garland.
He blames his men and elegant. Bethany sheds tears because the truth is finally here.
I hate you.
Here, and it gives you two options.
Matt is a jerk face. He makes things up and Averill blanks. His men elegant.
I don't like it anymore. I don't like it anymore.
I love it because I now can produce songs that I need without having to find someone who can do it.
Did you not get a little uncanny valley when you heard the original songs?
Do what now?
You know, uncanny valley, like when you see like a robot that is almost human-like, but there's something off. They call that like feeling you get uncanny valley.
Baby, what the hell you talking about?
No. See, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I thought Matt and I had the kind of relationship where he wasn't going to lie bold-faced to me and make up a story.
First of all, yeah. That
If you have a relationship with Matt, you should know that a lie is coming your way
I am
at
now,
any given point of the day.
I am now reevaluating everything.
Wait. Thank you.
Pull your leg.
I'm going to pull your leg.
At any given point in
And
the day.
for the record, I pulled the whole cast's leg and the audience's leg with the intent of eventually telling you. But everybody figured it out Except you.
Because I believed you.
I know.
Debbie, did you know?
I did, but I only figured it out at the end of last week's show.
Freaking hate all of you.
So Debbie, wait, you figured it out last week?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to both of you. I didn't realize you would be so upset about the walk tallers.
Oh, the 60-second PVI is on here. Hi, guys. Anyway, listen to me real quick.
Real sick.
I told you from the very beginning of our relationship together.
Don't ever make up AI songs.
No.
I know.
Like AI. She says, get that crap out of here.
No, I said you cannot make up a joke or a story unless you tell me, because I will believe it, because that's how I am as a human.
That's what makes the joke so much fun, though.
Right.
Is that you buy it.
Right.
I mean,
It's a
you
prank.
Like it's a Subway sandwich, dude.
Crushed by the entire thing.
I'm sorry.
It's
Are you
okay.
really crushed?
Well,
You're just playing along for the bit, right?
No.
No,
really?
you look fine.
I'm
You don't look crushed. You look pretty normal.
I look pretty normal. I look crushed on a normal basis then. It's okay.
Wow.
It's all right.
Aw.
I'll get over it.
I'm sorry.
You know what's funny is
You made up this whole goddamn story about people from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Because you knew it would lure me in.
No. I just figured,
No, wait.
Pittsburgh is kind of like its own world out there, and sometimes things that are really big in Pittsburgh don't get out to the rest of the world.
And that's a legit thing.
Right, because the rest of the world's like, we don't want any of what you were serving. But like...
I'm from out there.
Exactly.
Hey,
And I...
Tyler just came up with our next song.
What?
We need to make a song about chicken cartilage.
Oh, yeah. Bones and chicken cartilage.
AI and chicken bones, Bethany's two bugaboos.
Now,
That
I
is
want to know,
true.
in the audience, here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a poll in the audience, and we'll find out later what everybody thought. And be honest, folks, I'm going to put a poll up, and I'm going to ask you, did you figure out it was AI? And
I had no idea.
And
in fact, I think you're lying right now to make me feel bad.
What? What do you mean? Lying about what?
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to make you feel better. I'm here, you know what I'm going to do? Wait, hold on a second. Okay, so poll. Let me make a poll.
Oh,
All right, start
Grant
a
said,
poll.
I'm with Bethany. Soul crushing disappointment. Because you made him think that somebody wrote a song about him, too. And here I thought
by the
I
way,
was popping.
Somebody did. Its name is Matt Calorie, and he loves you all, okay? God, this is his tribute to his friends, for Christmas' sake.
Matt, you don't count, dude. That's what they're saying.
Exactly.
I love you very much, but it was cool that somebody in Pittsburgh knew who the hell I was.
No, but you don't understand. Somebody in Australia knows who you are.
I mean, that's bigger.
That's true.
If we're just being honest.
I mean, yeah, Australia's
Grant
huge.
might not be a talented musician that can sing like 12 million different genres of music perfectly.
Or even come up with new jokes. But he's funny.
Oh, look, I'm going to make a vote. Did you know the Walk Tallers was AI? No.
You might be the only one. Is that going to make you feel worse if there's only one no vote?
Colby, turn the speaker off in here, because we're getting like two of you.
I do have the speaker off.
Yeah, no, you don't. Now it's off.
It has been off. I haven't had it on in here.
What?
It's been off. I didn't touch the button.
I'm listening to it right now.
It's off. The red light's off. The only thing on is the O shut, not the I shut.
The O shut.
Press it again.
You said O shut.
This is on.
Okay, just me.
This is on.
Uh-huh.
This is off.
Okay. All right, I know what to do. Hold on.
What if I just continued to talk while you did all this stuff? Like I just made up my own program while you guys did all your behind the scenes.
Why not? Me and Colby do it.
All the time.
Listen, we love it.
Yeah.
It's fun. You should try it on for size.
When
I have no one to talk to except for myself.
That's even better.
That's sad. Oh, now something exciting though.
Is it really exciting or is this made up exciting?
No, you know this because I
Oh,
talked
what?
to you about it on the phone the other day.
What?
Next week, perhaps, or maybe the week after. It depends on how much preparation you two can do. But you and Cindy are going to co-anchor the news.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because I
Because I suck at it.
No, because it's a lot. You've got a lot to do during the week.
Yeah.
And Cindy is often, when we're sitting at home talking and stuff, or we're sitting around on our phones, and she's like looking at her phone. She's like, did you know that such and such is holding a thing?
Yeah, she's really good.
And I'm
about
like,
that.
no, I don't. I've never heard of such and such. And she's like, oh yeah, well, they're holding a thing. So she's always paying attention to what's going on in town. Anyway, she loves it. She just moved here back in the fall, and she loves it here.
She's really into it.
And she really wants to learn a lot about it and everything like that. And so, and you guys get along very well. So last week when she was in here, I was listening to the show, and I'm listening to you two at one point, kind of like going back and forth. I'm like, what if we actually like purposely had you two playing off each other? So I brought it up to you first because I didn't want you to feel like what you just said, which is because
don't actually feel that way at all.
That's not true. And and so I was like, yeah, let's do this. And then you said, yeah, you were very happy about it. And then that night I said to Cindy, so I was talking to Beth today, and she was very happy.
Oh, good.
Very happy. Because even you said that I should not make her hide in the back so much.
Yeah, she does a lot of work for the show, and I do think she should have some moments in the sun.
Yeah, all the guests we have are because of her.
Yeah, she's a wonderful human.
Yeah. So what's Jurassic World?
Oh my gosh! So this past weekend up in Dillsburg, they had a drive-through Jurassic World event at where the steam, not steam tank,
the dill tank where you get pickled.
No. The for Pete Yancey's sake, at their Steam World place where they do the steam engine thing, up near Dillsburg, near Ashcombe Greenhouse.
Oh, I forgot to turn my light on. I'm like, why am I so dark? Yeah, but go ahead.
Okay, mysterious.
Yeah.
And they had animatronic dinosaurs, and you drove around in your car. You couldn't get out, but you drove around in your car, and then they roared and moved around and.
Really?
Yeah.
So you took Ezra?
I took Ezra.
He loved it.
He did.
Yeah.
Until at the very end, there was a much larger T-Rex, and it roared really loud. And then he said, no, Daddy, keep going. This scares me. I don't like it. And then he was done. But the rest of the time, it's really cool. I wish I had thought about it in enough advance to send it to you because they actually look really cool.
Now, so what are they is it like a pop-up thing where they just come and set up or really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay, there's Ezra looking at a dinosaur. Aw. I love how our imaginations were at that age. Now, that doesn't look real.
I know, don't they not look? They look like.
But they move because it's on a stand, like it's on a.
It was on a rock.
A rock. Oh, yeah. But anyway, so
we also went to Turkey Hill Experience. He had his first school field trip.
Ice cream.
School field trip.
Okay.
And we went to the Turkey Hill Experience. And FYI, for any parent who is thinking of taking their child to this experience,
right? It
was wonderful. They do a great job with it. But you go through and it tells you all about making the ice cream, and they have all these hands-on events or activities that you can do. And then you make it to the end where there is ice cream, and you can get a very large size bowl of ice cream.
Okay. How large are we talking?
Like a good sized bowl.
Uh-huh.
Like too large?
There's no such thing as too large.
Too much for a 4-year-old.
Oh, a 4-year-old, yeah.
Who then spent the next hour just running around the place like a lunatic. Then they had paid the extra money to go down and do the experience part where they teach you how to make ice cream. So he ended up getting the equivalent of 2 pints of ice cream.
Oh my God.
By the time we left. And then I had to take him home from Lancaster.
He ate 2 pints of ice cream?
Yes.
Why would you let him eat 2 pints of ice cream?
Because everybody else was doing it, and I felt like if I took it away from him...
If everybody else was jumping off a cliff, would you do it too?
Exactly.
If
everybody else was letting their kids smoke cigarettes, would you do it too?
Yes.
Oh my God.
But he had already had the 1 pint, and he was a loon, okay? And if
so you said, let's see what happens with another one.
No. I thought if I take this away from him...
Yeah.
Because the whole point was the experience part of it, making the ice cream. If I take this away from him right now, there's going to be a meltdown of such epic proportions.
Sure, of course, because of the first
I didn't
pint.
know what else to do.
Right.
So, luckily, 2 pints of ice cream equals comatose child. So he ended up falling asleep in the car the whole way. And,
well, yeah. I guess he's got to crash at some point, right?
But oh my gosh, the amount of running around he did that day, he worked it off. That's for sure.
Now, so what did Mark think of that, giving him 2 pints of ice cream?
He didn't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And unless he listens to the show, he still doesn't know about it.
Know. So Mark wasn't there with you?
No. Mark
okay.
had to work.
So you just took Ezra by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the
that's
school.
Nice.
I mean,
okay.
All the parents drove separately, so he got to hang out with his little friend Steven, who is
little,
very small in comparison to
this
Ezra.
Big?
Well, no, like that much
in the palm of your
height
hand?
difference between
really?
the two of them, and so
Ezra's what, 4?
Yeah,
but he's big for his age, right? He's
He's
already
huge
5'8". Yeah,
yeah, and Steven is older than him.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite funny to watch.
So now, how long is that there for?
This Turkey Hill experience?
The Jurassic
dinosaur thing. It was just this past weekend.
Oh, okay.
So. But
and they travel around the country with that, I guess.
Apparently so.
Oh, interesting.
This is Steven and Ezra on one of those things you put your face in, and they're on the ground. They're both standing on the ground together.
Oh, like those cutouts where you're. Oh, okay.
You hardly see Steven.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You just see his little head poking.
That's how much taller Ezra is. Yeah.
Ezra is funny. Well, listen, speaking of ice cream, our next guest has a little something to do with that. Did you know that?
I segued that well.
Yeah, you did. Thank you for that. You gave me a good one there. John Buchheister is coming on the show with Kathy, and they're going to talk about Baltimore Hill. Do you know what Baltimore Hill is? I bet you don't.
It's their little complex there. Is that what it is?
Well, we're going to find out.
All
but
right.
on Baltimore Hill is the Goose Brothers Gourmet Ice Cream, and there's a special event for that. So why don't we do this then? We'll take a break, and we'll come back, and we'll talk to John and Kathy about this, and we'll see exactly what all that entails.
Yes, indeed.
And we'll be right back after these words.
Want to promote your Gettysburg business? Send an email to sales@addressinggettysburg.com.
Hey Gettys nerds, 2024 is shaping up to be a fun year for Addressing Gettysburg, and we want you to join us. Our Get Out of the Car tours, put together and led by licensed battlefield guide Louis Trott, kick off in April and will be available at a later date for the first time ever on our YouTube channel. Speaking of our YouTube channel, Gettysburg National Military Park's Winter Lecture Series is available exclusively over there from January through March. So be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss a single one. We have much more in the works, so be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now for free on Patreon. We hope to get to meet and spend time with many of you this year as we spread the word about the Battle of Gettysburg and the Civil War. Help us teach the masses that history is not boring.
Movies and documentaries about history are spread out across the internet, and their quality is often suspect. History Fix delivers curated historic programming to your preferred device using their website or branded apps. Join History Fix for movies, documentaries, short films, and how-tos. Addressing Gettysburg podcast fans receive 20% off their first annual subscription. So what are you waiting for? Sign up at www.historyfix.com and use promo code ADGBURG. That's ADGBURG.
Want the freshest cup of coffee in Gettysburg? Then visit Bantam Roasters, formerly 82 Cafe at 82 Steinway Avenue. They roast all of their coffee in-house, and they have a full coffee bar to keep you caffeinated during your trip. Visit them at www.raggededgerc.com for their menu and shipping options for all of their freshly roasted coffee. Use promo code Hancock for 10% off your order in the cafe.
This episode of Addressing Gettysburg is brought to you in part by me, audiobook narrator Mike Scott. Narrator of Savis Beattie's Bloody Autumn, the Shenandoah Valley Campaign of 1864, and Unlike Anything That Ever Floated, the Monitor and Virginia and the Battle of Hampton Roads. If you are an author or publisher interested in having your titles produced as audiobooks, or even just in learning more about the process, give me a shout. You can find my contact info on my website, MikeScottVoice.com. That's MikeScottVoice.com. BaltimoreHillCreamery.com.
And Civil War Trails. It's the world's largest open-air museum, and they offer over 1,300 sites across 6 states. Drive the Gettysburg Campaign turn by turn, paddle to Frederick Douglass's birthplace, or hike to remote earthworks and artillery positions. Visit civilwartrails.org to request a brochure and explore their interactive map. Follow Civil War Trails and create some history of your own.
You're listening to the Addressing Gettysburg podcast.
We hate abbreviations. Welcome back to AGT. Okay, where's the writer?
The writer is right here. That is Cuevas Grande, and he is not AI. He is real.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm not so sure. I haven't seen him in a while.
Real quick, I wanted to do a shout out to the 62nd Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry who is listening to the podcast tonight. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.
Thank you for listening, fellas and ladies. I'm sure there's ladies in that organization. So we're going to end the poll right now. Did you know, where is the poll? There you go. Did you know the Walk Tallers was AI? 73% said no.
Thank you, peeps.
So that's 73% of the people around me are very gullible.
Listen, I didn't even know you could do that on AI. So maybe if I had known you could do that, I would have.
I didn't know it was so easy because I've played with AI on Photoshop with pictures, and it kind of gets things good, but not very good. And so I was completely shocked that you could do that with music, but whatever. Okay, so John Buchheister is here with Kathy, and oh, wait, hold on. We've got to do some adjustment on the camera here. Sorry. This is okay, there we go. There's John and Kathy. Okay, so they're here from, a lot of different things. John's got businesses on Baltimore Hill. We're going to find out what Baltimore Hill is. He's got the Maryland Sutler. That's probably what you know him from the most. That's what I know him from the most. But he also has Baltimore Hill Creamery, the Gettysburg Carriage House, Ladies and Gents 1863 Boutique, which is coming this summer, and an upcoming event, which we'll talk about towards the end there. John and Kathy, welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So you, John, how long have you had Maryland Sutler?
26 years.
26 years.
Wow.
And did that start just going out to events in the field, and then you finally got a building, or did you always have the building?
I was actually an extra in the movie Gettysburg, and then one of my coworkers at the hospital that I worked at in Catscan asked me to go to a reenactment as a reenactor, and one thing led to another. The first Sutler town I went in, boom, I knew what I wanted to do in life.
Really? So you were a radiologist first?
CAT-scan technologist.
CAT-scan technologist. And then, and how old were you when you were doing the movie, you're probably like in your 20s?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was a while ago.
Yes, it was.
And
26 years ago, in fact.
The movie? 30 years ago.
When he started.
Oh, when he started.
That was the summer of 92.
That's what it
I
says
would have been
here.
22.
Yeah. And so how long, I've always wondered with like a business that caters to reenactors, how long does it take to get established and actually like make quit your job money?
Oh, wow. So it was a hobby. And it to full time where I'm not doing CAT scans. I did CAT scans 23 years, minimum 15 years to go brick and mortar.
Really?
Full time, but reenactments, mail orders, and brick and mortar. You have to do all three, or you can't. And plain and simple, customer service. You have to take care of your reenactors.
Yeah.
They'll keep coming back. Make them happy.
Right. And now, do you make everything, or do you have people make them?
I used to make lanterns and haversacks, small things like that. A maker, it's tough to be a maker and a sutler. Sutler is a peddler of wares. He would go and procure them. So I procure the items, and my main goal is to get most stuff made in the United States as much as possible. The hardest thing as it gets older, raw materials, the fabric. It's getting tougher and tougher. They're hardly making it in the States anymore. You have to tend to get overseas, but you have to get them to make it correctly because they don't make a lot of the correct materials anymore.
Really?
And we have to try and get people. There's a couple makers of certain items, but it's very tough. And so you don't just have one person making, you don't just go to a catalog and order.
Right.
I probably have like 50 people in my database making 50 plus items.
Why are they not manufacturing the material here anymore? Like you're talking like wool?
Yes. Wool,
really?
Wool and cotton. The world's moved to nylon, to plastic clothing.
Oh, so everything. Okay.
Yes, nylon and plastic clothing.
So to get real wool, you have to import it.
Yeah, it's getting even tough. It's even tough to get cotton socks today. You have to tend to go online to order
ain't
them.
that the truth?
You cannot get them in the department store.
Really?
Yes.
So when it says cotton, it's not really cotton?
Well, look at the percentage.
100%.
Uh-huh.
My shirts have to be 100%, socks 100%, but this one here, this shirt, polo shirt's solid plastic.
Really?
Yes.
God forbid you ever catch fire in one of those.
You can watch videos.
Right?
Oh, yes, and you can watch videos on how they make the threading for the material for the clothing.
So, okay, so I would imagine that would be more difficult to get that stuff. And now, so tell me about Baltimore Hill, because it's actually, I mean, that's where we are now. We're on Baltimore Hill.
That is correct.
And but you don't hear many people today.
I've never heard anyone refer to it that
It's
way.
the Forgotten Hill. You have Culp's Hill, Seminary Hill, Powell's Hill, Cemetery Hill, Benner's Hill. You never hear about Baltimore Hill.
No.
So my good friend Ted Hurt, who's a volunteer at the Adams County
Everywhere.
I know
Historical
Ted.
Society, really good friend of mine. He did some research for me. He even located this picture.
Yeah, here, I'll hold it to the camera.
That's a July 1863 photograph of two ladies who lived in actually the house that I live in, and that was the original Maryland Sutler, which moved over to the general store.
So wait, so these are the two houses that you have?
Yes, those two were boarding houses. That's apartments today.
This is Maryland Sutler?
No, that used to be. So
where are we? So what are we looking at? Like, what is what now?
This is the old Maryland Sutler store that now has white siding on it.
Okay.
This is the new Maryland Sutler store.
That was the Mercantile last year?
Yes.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay, so this is the corner, the one on the corner.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
What year was that taken? Do you know, John?
1863 July, and
So that's actually a brick house?
Yes, it's they put siding over in the, I'm guessing, 1950s.
Yeah.
So
it's aluminum. Aluminium.
Yes. According to the Gettysburg compiler, two businesses had advertisements back in the 1850s. One was a saddler shop, which happened to be behind the old Maryland Sutler store. My house in the parking lot used to be a saddlery. And then also a grocery store, which is so if you go to the front of your building, Matt, go to the right, so you're heading south, the hairstylist lady, that used to be the grocery store.
Really?
So they advertised, and they both come in here. Their location is Baltimore Hill.
Uh-huh. So just come to Baltimore Hill and you'll find us.
Baltimore Hill and you'll find us, and it does list Baltimore Street at the top of the hill.
Was there... I don't think the answer is yes to this, but I'll ask it anyway. Was there a point in time where the buildings on Baltimore Hill were kind of like an island unto themselves that would make it more of a distinct visual hill, or was it just because it's the top of the hill?
A good portion of the houses were 1830s, 1850s at the top, even as you go down towards the bottom. There's some there that weren't there, but predominantly the town liked to call names of hills, and that's how they identified the areas of the town.
And when did that kind of go out of fashion?
Well, I don't think it ever did. It just the Baltimore Hill, for some reason, I guess maybe because the businesses died down, so they never really had to identify it as Baltimore Hill.
Right, because there's a lot of residential properties now
That's correct.
up here, yeah.
And just for the audience who doesn't familiarize herself, the Jenny Way birthplace is on Baltimore Hill, where Lincoln stopped at the is it Presbyterian Church?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To listen to the Lieutenant Governor of Ohio give a speech. That's Baltimore Hill.
Right. Where the Gettysburg Museum of History is Baltimore Hill.
Correct, Eric Dorr, yes.
Yeah. So, okay, so what is the Baltimore Hill Project?
So the Baltimore Hill Project is a conglomerate of businesses I created in which you can come and do a one-stop shop. There's two retail stores. The second one's soon to be. The first one's a Civil War reenacting store. And not just for reenactors. You can come in there and you can buy relics. You can buy memorabilia, different things pertaining to Gettysburg and Civil War reenacting. And the new store is going to be Ladies and Gents 1863 Boutique, which is a combination of men's and women's clothing and accessories from the 1860s, and not just new but used. There's a big demand for used items because not everybody can afford expensive, especially ladies' lines.
Yeah, I got this at your place, and I got that used from a friend of mine.
They look nice.
Yeah, thank you. Well, you sell that. So now the ladies and gents is going to have civilian clothes.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. That'll be.
I'm
cool.
excited about that.
Yeah.
And
Are you?
then, And then I also created it's a bed and breakfast. What it is a full house rental, 1860s style. Meaning I got all 1860s furniture, beds and couches and put new mattresses. And you go in there, you got your modern comforts. But when you go in there, you feel like you're sleeping in the 1860s.
That's so cool.
It is the craziest
Have you seen
building.
it?
Yeah.
Where?
It's behind the Sutler, or what used to be the Sutler.
In the back of the
behind
same
general
alley
store,
there.
behind the general store.
in the same building, like the back of the building.
No, it's a totally separate.
It's a whole separate house.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the stable, right?
It was the carriage house.
Carriage house.
To the house, down just one down from the Mercantile Museum, what used to be the general store.
Wow.
And it was, so I bothered him one day and made him take me through it before it was done.
Just one?
Give
God.
There you go, John. Give it to her.
So anyway, he took me through before it was completed, and Aaron and I, right?
Yes.
It was Aaron and I, and we went through, and I remember saying, there is no way on God's green earth this is going to work, because it was so cut up and so bizarrely shaped. And then I was privileged enough to go through it when it was done.
Right.
And it's the coolest thing.
So you were a doubting Thomas. You didn't think
I
it would
was a
actually
doubting
work,
Thomas.
but it did, and now you're proven wrong.
But it is the most interesting setup of what used to be a home I've ever been in my entire
Really?
life.
What do you call it?
Gettysburg Carriage House.
Okay, that's what that is. And does it have its own website?
Yes, www.gettysburgcarriagehouse.com.
That makes sense.
And you can go on Airbnb or VRBO to book through Gettysburg Carriage House listing. So it's a 5 bedrooms, 2 full baths, a laundry, a huge dining area where it seats 12 people, a table for 12.
Really?
There's 3 couches.
Yeah, it's huge.
Games, and there's campfire and a fire cookout out in the...
No kidding.
In the back.
Propane fire.
Is it? I never know if this is apropos. How much is it a night?
Depends on the time of the year.
Sure.
So,
but like this time of year, if I were to rent it for a night.
and there's a lot of hidden fees from Airbnb and VRBO with the taxes and everything. My base fee is around $285 a night. On the weekend, at the last minute, I throw in $175, $185 a night. But then you got the cleaning fees, the tax on it. It adds.
Yeah, it adds up. Yeah.
So you
But
can,
that sounds
like
so
for
cool.
a weekend, let's say tags and everything. If somebody comes in, it can be for 3 nights prime, anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 if you have 11 people. And that's not bad for 11 people.
Sure, right, because you got the room for all
And
those
you-
people, so you could split it up.
Yeah, and it's almost like...
If I get, 10 of my closest friends and my girlfriend, and I promise that Bethany will clean up after us, can we stay there for free just so we could talk about it on the show?
And you get a continental breakfast.
Yeah, well, you could save the breakfast, because, and Beth will make breakfast. I'll make breakfast.
You don't want me cooking.
The,
All right.
the kitchen's fully equipped, so there you go.
Really?
Yeah. Now, before it was done, when we went in the first time, it was so interestingly cut up in rooms. I dream about it. Like
Really?
my brain, like
You're obsessed with
I'm
it.
trying to figure it out in my brain. When I saw it, when it was done, I was like, this can't be the same house. But
John-
it's so interesting.
John, when do you sleep?
He doesn't.
You
3
don't?
4 hours a night.
Really?
I don't.
I mean, you got 2 kids. They're in college.
Yes.
So, okay, so they're kind of out of your hair now, right?
Yep.
Not out of your wallet, but they're out of your hair.
Definitely no.
Right. And then and you've got all these businesses. I mean, I love that, though. I love enterprising people.
I do want to mention that Baltimore Hill, my conglomerate, that's what I call it, is green energy free. So it runs on solar power. All 4 buildings. I have a warehouse, but all 4 buildings.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot, man. And then Kathy, what do you do for John?
Well,
With
I
John.
am managing.
Or with John? Excuse me.
I am managing the ice cream parlor.
Okay.
The Baltimore Hill Creamery, and we're very excited about that.
Yeah.
We are the newest ice cream parlor in Gettysburg, and we have the original flights in Gettysburg.
Now, explain this to me, because Cindy was talking about this. She was telling me that they have flights of ice cream, and I'm like, what the hell is a flight of ice cream? Is it like a flight of beer? Is that kind of the same idea?
Very much.
Okay.
You can have your choice of a petite flight or a regular size flight.
Okay.
And you can get 4 or 6 scoops of ice cream.
All right.
So that way you are able to try different flavors that you maybe aren't sure if you want a whole size small or medium or a cone, but you can try little scoops of those ice creams.
Yeah.
And get to know your favorite.
Instead of standing there at the counter. Do you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? Do you ever watch that show with Larry David?
have not seen
Okay. There's a scene where he's going to get ice cream, and the lady in front of him is like, how they have those little spoons you could taste it. She's like, let me try the vanilla. She's like, that's pretty good. And he goes, how about the rum raisin? And then she's trying everyone there. Right. And instead of being that annoying person, you can get a flight and try them all at once.
You can get 4 or 6. You can bring your family, and you can get a large scoop with 6 different scoops in one flight and share it with your family. And if you're really adventurous, you can get a double flight, and so you can have 12 scoops of ice cream. Jesus. But again, you can come
like
with
my
your
kind of
family,
thing.
Right.
And
I would
spend time
think
with
after
them.
a while I wouldn't be able to taste the difference, because my tongue would be numb, and all the sugar I would eventually just go tongue blind to all the different flavors.
But with the gourmet ice cream that we're serving from Goose Brothers,
Yeah.
the flavors are so intense.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is gourmet ice cream?
It is the best ingredients.
Okay.
The cream. It's the creamiest ice cream
Really?
I've ever tried.
I might have to break my
It's
diet.
really
just
good.
Yeah. Is it really? You've had it?
Yeah. So, was it the Halloween parade?
Yeah.
That we were there? I feel like we stood out front at the Halloween parade, and I had some, and it was the one that has the weird name.
Axle grease.
The axle grease
For Bike
one.
Week.
Sounds delicious.
A mocha
Oh,
fudge
for Bike
swirl.
Week, okay.
Mocha fudge swirl. And
Caramel?
No.
What's the...
I created the flavor myself, and it sells 3 times faster than any other flavor.
Really?
It's a light coffee ice cream, and if you don't like coffee, you're going to like it because you're not
Yeah,
gonna tell.
I'm not a coffee
light
person,
coffee
but it's
ice
good.
cream with oodles of fudge syrup
Swirled
in it.
that looks a little bit like axle grease.
Forget the carnivore
It's
diet. I'm
fantastic.
I'm off the diet. I'm done.
Yeah.
Well,
Back to sugar.
it has milk in it, so
Oh, there you go.
It's
that
from a
that
cow.
negates the milk.
that's.
I mean, the
it's
sugar.
Still,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do want to mention one flavor that this side of the mountain is not familiar with. I said this side because the ice cream is Goose Brothers from Franklin County over at Shippensburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
So it's owned by 2 brothers. The one brother's son and my son are best friends, and that's how I...
Very nice. I like that.
They created an ice cream flavor called Grape Nut. So we're going to create a hardtack sundae, which is grape nut ice cream, caramel, and whipped cream on top. And don't knock it because it's grape nut cereal. That with the vanilla creamy ice cream.
Yeah, I bet
it's
that's
its
good.
own flavor.
Yeah.
And it's their most popular flavor in Shippensburg.
So how does this work then? So you're getting Goose Brothers, and are you saying this is a flavor idea that I have, and they make it and send it to you, or do you actually kind of mix stuff? Do you have like a laboratory in the back where you, like a mad scientist, going, gonna put grape nuts in there? And
we had discussions and we worked together with coming up with the ideas, and they already have a bunch of ideas way ahead of us that it leaves us Kathy and I speechless.
Yeah.
It's the flavors they've come up with.
And so you're from Shippensburg originally?
No, I grew up here. I was born in Towson, and we moved here in '74. My parents still had the farm on Hunterstown Road. I grew up here. Left in '93 to go to college.
Oh,
And
you
then
raised your family in
Shippensburg, correct.
I misread that. Sorry.
Yes.
The very first thing it says in my notes, raised in Gettysburg.
Well, I do want to mention
Yeah.
the last day of school for the Gettysburg and around school area, free scoop of ice cream for every student.
So okay, so that's coming up. Last day of school was a Friday, May 24th.
Yes.
And when school is dismissed or while supplies last, you're going to give a free scoop of ice cream of Goose Brothers gourmet ice cream to every student in or around the Gettysburg area school district. Good thing I started going back to school this year.
So that's like Biglerville, Fairfield, Union Springs, Lewistown. We're not just limited to Gettysburg.
It doesn't matter.
No.
That's great.
Why supplies last.
While supplies last, yeah.
We open at 11 every day till 9 during the season, so we'll be ready when the students get out of school at half day that day.
Yeah, you open till 9. That's good.
And a lot of customers have commented they really enjoy our courtyard patio area.
Yeah.
Because it's filled with nice, neat old chairs, some comfy lawn chairs, but also wood tables and chairs. There's a gazebo there, and there's even propane campfires around the patio there for ambiance and potted plants and flowers and things.
I like the wagon that you have out.
Oh, thank you.
That's pretty neat. That's a nice touch.
Thank you.
It's a really cool little corner what you did with the two buildings and everything. Now, damn it, I lost my train of thought. It's your fault. Go ahead. You got something?
Why is everything?
No. Hurry up, go. You might trigger a memory.
One of the things that I like about the fact all the stuff you've done right there is the other day I was talking to somebody and they were asking for directions, and the only thing they knew of all the places that I mentioned to try to get them where they were going was the Maryland Sutler. I was like, do you know where the Maryland Sutler is? Oh, yeah. I was like, okay, like 3 doors down from that. Oh,
So, Matt, all jokes aside, Matt did ask me, when do I sleep? To be honest, without Kathy,
you wouldn't get any sleep.
No.
Right.
So she's my rock with the business. Thank you.
Nice. Good job, Kathy.
She's a good human.
Yeah.
She gives a good tour, too.
How long have you been working with John?
Working with him for a year.
Okay.
I met him about 7 years ago when my husband and I started reenacting.
Okay.
We've become friends, especially I think over COVID.
Yeah.
He was trying to keep his business afloat and doing online auctions, and we would purchase items and say, hold on to them, we'll come pick them up. And he would put them on his porch, and he'd come stand at the door, and we'd stand outside, and we would talk for a couple hours.
Yeah,
I was actually doing the Maryland Sutler Home Shopping Show on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
They closed
right.
town for 9 weeks.
Yep.
So business is nothing. And there was one other thing I was going to say. Bethany, help me out. What did you have to say?
The other thing, somebody on here asked if there's off-street parking for the Verbo,
B&B.
the B&B.
So the Airbnb, there's one compact spot right in front of the Airbnb, right at the alley. If you have large vehicles, you can park down at the school lot.
Okay.
That's handy having that school lot back there.
Yes.
Yeah. So I remember what I was gonna ask you. You say that you're open till till 9 o'clock, which is good because the one thing I hear from people is there's nothing to do after dinner because everybody closes at 7 or 8 o'clock. So what time are the other businesses open
Funny
until?
you said that because organizations like Destination Gettysburg Main Street, they're trying to get businesses to stay open later.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have people work in the ice cream parlor there, we're going to keep the 2 retail businesses open till the same time.
Oh, good.
During the season, Memorial Day,
good.
and Labor Day.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Why is it that? Because let's say 15, 20 years ago, I don't remember everybody closing so early. I remember having long nights.
Back in the 90s, Gettysburg came to town, and the town was booming, and people were coming out. They were excited and thrilled about Gettysburg and the movies, and it was just they came from all far, and you were selling prints and memorabilia here and there and everything. There was a lot of spark in town.
And then that kind of just started to wane.
It kind of phased away.
I remember 2008 seemed to be kind of a punch in the gut to Gettysburg when the recession hit. Remember, and people weren't traveling as much, and if they were, they weren't spending as much money. And I remember people at that time complaining that things changed.
But if you think about it, and people don't look at it like this, so my business is the Maryland Sutler. I sell throughout the entire world.
Right.
With that being said, when it comes to recessions and COVID and things like that, people stop traveling less. Well, it's expensive, and so the people who wanted to go travel overseas, they took a step back and they would go to places like Gettysburg and stuff. So it totally didn't hurt 100%.
COVID didn't. Once they opened everything up, I remember it was like It felt like early 2000s, late 90s with the amount of traffic that was around. And
a million people. All I saw were New York and New Jersey license plates.
I
mean,
am-
it
I'm
was
sorry.
all local. Like how can I get there in a day?
Right.
And do a day trip.
Yeah.
And that's everything.
A lot of DC people, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. It does help that people are actually, local people are coming out to see what we have to offer. I did want to give John a shout out because he was very kind and instrumental to the opening of the Children's Museum.
Oh, yeah.
He gave, a lot of insight into things that kids would have liked to have had, as well as helped us make this big, huge, very weird tarp tent piece that was part of our exhibit. And these guys from Hadley Exhibits that helped make the museum, they were like, we want to make like a tent. We want it to look like a tent. And I said, well, there are people here in town that you probably would want to talk to. Called him, he's like, oh yeah, we can do that and do this and do that and do this and do that. And the guys were like, that was the easiest supply thing we've ever dealt with. So it was really nice. So thank you, John.
People are amazed how I can turn things around. Sometimes I can turn like a general's uniform in a matter of 2-3 weeks.
Really?
It depends, but I try and be efficient and fast. So people ask me, well, where did you get all your knowledge from knowing how to make the uniform?
Yeah.
Before this, for 15 years, I was, and I still am, but I don't. I was a licensed auctioneer. So
Okay.
I'm a licensed auctioneer, and I focused in Civil War memorabilia and auctions. So I got to see the real stuff.
Yeah.
I used to go to museums, and I used to look at how things were, the material and how things are. So that's how I got to this. So what you're failing to realize is ask Kathy what she did before she met me.
What
for
did you
work.
do, Kathy?
And this is why she's efficient.
Okay.
I was a secretary at an elementary school.
Oh, boy. But I mean, yeah, that keeps you on your toes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had running shoes on most days because I never knew what I was doing.
Do you miss it?
No.
I wouldn't either.
I miss some of the people I work with, and I miss the kids. But I get a lot of that here in town.
Based off of what I've put the poor secretary through at Ezra's school, I can't even imagine.
Oh, I know. Right. They're the first line of defense.
I am the worst.
Why?
Because there's always something stupid that's happening. And these poor people are like, this woman's life has to be the dumbest thing I've ever experienced in my life if everything she says is true. And unfortunately, everything I say is true.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Unlike the Walk-Tallers. Oh, I'm sorry.
And the other day when we were late getting Ezra to school, and I had to walk in the front door, and the woman just, like, you have to ring the bell, buzzer, and they buzz you in. And she just looked at me. She was like, again? I was like, listen, he's only here 2 days a week, but, I like to be consistent.
Have you ever watched the series Are You Being Served, the British sitcom?
No.
I've heard of it,
Mr.
but I've never
Humphreys,
watched it.
Mr. Slocum.
No.
That's what I try and do with the Maryland Sutler service. When a customer comes in, you make them feel important. You help them try a coat on. You size them up. And Kathy's a lot like that. She just goes the extra mile, and she's my third sister I never had.
Oh, that's nice. So, here's something I've been looking for years. It's like I guess it would be like a great coat, or with a cape and everything like that, right?
Oh,
but
Lord,
I don't want I don't want the light blue one. I want like a black one.
Well,
Where would I
that's
find
easy,
that?
and I still have wool-rich material from the mill in Pennsylvania before they closed
Uh-huh.
to make that cape.
So can I commission a
Sure.
coat from you for next winter?
Yes.
I want to be imposing.
It's funny, I'm good at, if you ask me what I'm good at finding things, even if it's not in the market anymore. My friend Ron Atone. So Ron is looking for this Conair blow dryer.
Oh, yeah.
They don't make it anymore. It was
My sister used to have
from the
those.
80s or 90s.
Yeah.
I said, Ron, tell me the make and model number. You're not going to find it. They don't make it anymore. That's Ron. He's from Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
They're not going to make it anymore. I said, Ron. And I remembered it because he went on a Sutler trip with me, and I remembered that hair dryer. And I looked it up. I said, I took a picture. Is this it? He goes, that's it. Brand new in the box. When he got back from his cruise, it was waiting for him here at home.
Wow.
It's just...
How do you find? I know people like that. They're very good at finding things that everybody else thinks they searched high and low for. You must obviously look in the middle.
There's a
because we're looking high, we're looking low, but we're not looking in the
There's
middle.
a huge database, and there's different databases, and there's different ways of finding things. And like on the Civil War side, because I had hands in the auction world, I have lots of pickers, people who get things for me, so I don't have to go to auctions and flea markets to find it.
Oh, that's interesting.
And they bring it to me.
Okay.
That's one way. There's other.
Yeah.
We have the internet, and that's how it's easy to find stuff. You just have to know what to type in the HTTP.
So if somebody needs something and doesn't have it has nothing to do with your business at all, but they happen to work slightly down the street from you and can walk up to your store and they need something and know your name and have your phone number in their phone, can they text you and ask for these
Within
things?
a half an hour, I'll respond. Like I had a museum asked me to make up a Spanish-American military uniform for their exhibit in their museum, and I did. They were impressed. I've probably done about a dozen movie companies, props, and different uniforms and stuff.
Yeah.
Alone, or do you have people to help you with that stuff? Like the actual making of things?
Well, I put it together. I'm the mind. I mean, it's like a designer,
Yeah.
So I have somebody that's came to me for a real delicate piece, and they're saying, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the seamstress. I said, it doesn't work like that. You have to have somebody to come up with the ideas to know what the number one thing is the material.
Right.
Number two, finding the material. Number two, knowing how it's constructed, and then you take it to your seamstress or tailor to put it together.
Right.
That's the easy part. It's getting from, because these fashion designers, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough world. And I do it based on the 1800s.
That's cool. I wish I had something like that. I mean, that's really a cool thing. Yeah, it's a unique thing for sure, but it's a cool, unique thing to have. You know, are there a lot of, where do you find patterns for these clothes? Like how, like say civilian clothes, for example.
Thank goodness I saved mine. Patterns is the dying race too of items. I sell patterns in the secondary market in my store.
Okay.
People are always coming in and they're just rooting through the patterns because I've looked for them and I buy them used, never open. And because a lot of those pattern companies aren't in business anymore, you got to be careful because some patterns aren't 100% period correct.
Right.
And it can be delicate because some people might want something from the 1860s or 1850s, like that person who asked me about a certain museum piece. It's 1805 we're dealing with, so it's a totally different time period. And what people think was made as cotton, it was actually for ladies made with silk.
Huh.
And silk is getting harder to get and more expensive.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get your own. What is it that make worms?
Underground
silkworms. You're gonna have to get your own silkworms.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So let's get everybody. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it's the student ice cream giveaway on May 24th, Baltimore Hill Creamery. It's at 252 Baltimore Street, but you can't miss it. There's a big wagon, an old-timey wagon out on the lawn. It's right at the top of the hill.
It's like the only buildings that are set back.
Oh, and that's a good point too. Yeah, they're both set back. There's actually a front lawn. Nobody else has a front lawn. Can't miss it. You can't miss it. And what is that? What time is that? From when school gets out until supplies last. Otherwise, they're open until 9 p.m. You're going to be open every day during the season, or
Memorial Day to Labor Day.
And every day, 11 to 9?
11 to 9.
Okay, very good. And if you want to contact John, the number is 717-398-4658, or you can call Baltimore Hill Creamery. I'm not call, but email baltimorehillcreamery@gmail.com. John, Kathy, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. It was my pleasure. And good luck with everything.
Thank you.
And folks, you got to go check it out. We'll be right back after these words.
Someone most likely has to pee, so we'll be right back.
Who can forget the sounds of the 60s? The 1860s. I can't, and you can't either. Now, there's Marching Through Georgia, the exciting new album by Billy Webster. All of your favorite hits of the 1860s in one place. Such hits as Gary Owens, The Battle Hymn of the Republic,
quiet along the Potomac tonight. Marching through Georgia, and much, much more. So what are you waiting for? Go to billysongs.com and order your digital download of Billy Webster's Marching Through Georgia today. That's billysongs.com. Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum, is housed in the historic Lutheran Seminary building constructed in 1832, a witness to the first day of battle. The museum's 3 floors of exhibits connect visitors to the dilemmas that led to the Civil War, provide a powerful and personal view of the battle's first day, and explore one of the battlefield's largest hospitals. No visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center is complete without a guided tour of the building's famous cupola, where on the eve of battle, officers and civilians saw thousands of Confederate soldiers' campfires burning to the west, and Brigadier General John Buford watched for vital federal reinforcements as fighting erupted on the morning of July 1st. Today, you can stand where Buford stood and discover how this view helped chart the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. Your trip to Gettysburg is not complete without a serious visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum. Purchase tickets online at seminaryridgemuseum.org or call 717-339-1300. To get tickets or a cupola tour, listeners may call or walk in and mention addressing Gettysburg, or by ordering online using the promo code AG1863 for 20% off. Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It began here.
There's a devil to pay.
If you're a lover of history, then go to trhistorical.com. There you'll find apparel, drinkware, decor, and more featuring a wide range of interests from the ancient world to the Cold War. Looking to make an impression with the perfect gift? Well, TR Historical now offers gift cards and a vintage wrapping service for a truly unique presentation. And our listeners will receive 10% off plus free shipping in the U.S. when you use promo code GBERG1863. So go to trhistorical.com, TR Historical, for the love of history.
Think outside the bus and let family-owned Gettysburg Tours take you on a cycling journey across the picturesque and historic Gettysburg battlefield. There's no better way than by bicycle to gain a feel for the terrain of the battlefield. Slow enough to see it all, yet fast enough to do it all. Follow the route of Union troops entering the fray as you ride to the site of the first shots of this epic 3-day battle. Feel the drama as you put yourself in the position of a Confederate soldier just before he steps off to make Pickett's charge. Take a stand with the heroic Colonel Chamberlain on the slopes of Little Round Top, just before you view the fields of honor beneath you from its summit. All of our guides are officially licensed by the National Park Service. So don't get a sore neck trying to see out of your car, and saddle up with Gettysburg Tours for a 360-degree view of America's most important piece of real estate. Gettysburg Tours. Think outside the bus. Go to gettysburg.com or call 717-752-7752 to book a battlefield experience you will never forget.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going, but one way we haven't pushed too much is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. That's a shame because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or you sip from your mug. So head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop.
Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
If Tweedledee and Tweedledum had children, they'd be like these two. Here's Matt.
Let Bacchus' sons be not dismayed, and something, 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 hey, and hippy-dippy-dippy-day would dip it in a chorus. Let us bow, will drink down ale, and pay the reckoning on the nail. No man for debt shall go to jail, for Gary, Owen, and Corey.
Woo!
Thanks for your addition there. Oh, God, we're back. All right, so you have, we talked about before that you're going to do the news with Cindy later.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, maybe now this doesn't really thrill you as much.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't, does it? That's a shame.
You're so mean.
What?
Because now I'm thinking of all the things you told me about these people.
Pretty dramatic.
If you had played that one, I would have figured it out.
No, yeah, because that's kind of way.
It's time for the news with Cindy and Beth. Beth and Cindy won't leave you bereft.
What's going down in Gettysburg? So come on, ladies, what's the word?
You might guess that I like old soul music. Or
How's that love?
How's that love?
It's time for the news with Cindy.
If you want something a little more modern,
Beth and Cindy won't leave you bereft. You know what's happening in Gettysburg. So let's hear it, girls. What's
It's a weird combination of Fergie and Gwen Stefani.
yeah, and the Spice Girls. Can you hear now?
I didn't sound like the Spice Girls.
Oh, I think you need to use that one. I'm sorry. I think, yeah, that right. That one's not plugged in. Sorry.
Sass.
Oh, I just did that one. Sorry.
I definitely hear it now.
It's time for the news with
Oh, they're all the same.
Might be a little loud.
All right. So, is it now? Can you hear?
Now it's too loud.
Okay, now it's too loud. How about that?
Hey, there we go.
Okay, Colby, can you hear in your headphones?
I don't have headphones on.
Oh, okay. So you just got the speakers.
The way he said it, I don't have.
I don't have them on, jerk. All right. So anyway, I say, what do we want to do for dinner?
Ooh, we're talking about this now.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this now because we're going to talk about this now, and then we're going to go to the news, and we're going to. Before we actually get to the news, though,
That's how it happens every time.
Exactly. I know. There's always something, right? Okay, so let's go through some of the comments. There were some good comments here. AI and chicken bones. I think you said that one there. Jean Hutchinson said she's questioning her own existence now, all because of the walk tallers. Bethany, you're just sad because Matt was the songwriter. That's true. That's true.
Give him a touche.
Ty Webb, you can kiss my foot, sir. Can't use the word intelligence with Matt, whether it's artificial or real. I think I pulled one over on 73% of the audience. I mean, come on, baby. Of course, Fraser Baby is with you, Beth.
Thank you.
Who else?
Speaking of Frasier, can I just make a little interjection here? I know I've made this point before.
You want to talk about tossed salad and scrambled eggs?
Yeah. Well, first off, why is that in the intro song? You know,
it's gross.
It is gross. Tossed salad and scrambled eggs. It sounds nasty.
It does sound nasty.
Sounds like Frasier's doing some funky business.
Is this one of
James
the ones
Thompson
where we say,
says Colby is AI.
Colby stole the show.
As he frequently does.
But can we talk about how long, Bethany? How long has it been since you've watched an episode of Frasier?
Actually, not that long.
Really?
Is Matt Calorie Frasier Crane, or am I just?
I wish I was that smart and rich.
Dude, I watch that show. Taylor and I will sit there and laugh hysterically because we'll be like, "That's freaking Matt."
What? What do I do that's like Frasier?
Well, it's more like his joking lines, like when he's joking about something.
Highly intelligent.
No, it's when it's when he's got egg on his face.
What is it? I haven't seen it since the 90s, so what?
You should go
refresh
home.
me. Well, we don't have time to go home. We have to tell me now. Tell me what happens.
It's his whole mannerism. It's his whole. It's everything, right? It's the facade of. It's the facade of wanting it to seem like it's about everybody, but it's really about him.
I mean, truer words.
Dude.
Yeah,
no arguments from here.
The fake magnanimity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you went home and watched it tonight, I think you would get... Dude, the opening monologue in the first episode, you'd
Who are
be
you
like,
yelling
holy
at?
shit, this is me.
Grant says you're more like Niles.
No, I'm Niles.
You're more like Eddie Grant. Eddie Grant.
I'm totally...
You're not Daphne.
Not Daphne, the other
are
one.
Are you Roz?
Roz, you're Roz.
You're not feisty enough for Roz.
No.
You got to have a little more. You got to have.
We don't have a
Roz
Roz in our
your
midst.
System, you know.
There's no Roz around here.
I don't know. Maybe
She's the maid from the South, right? Or is that the producer?
Actually,
Daphne's the maid. She's from England.
England.
Actually,
yeah.
I think I'm Niles because of the neurosis.
Okay, first
neuroses.
Oh, maybe that could
That's
be.
the other thing. Like, there's a whole episode where he's got to make a jingle, a 5-second long jingle for his show, and he hires an orchestra. Like,
no, you can't. He can't do anything simply.
No.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, that's like me.
Dude, I'm telling you, watch it. It's hysterical. I think you'll get a kick out of it.
Peter Zach says, "I need this today." Thank you, Peter. I hope everything's going well. But I'm glad that we can provide some relief. Sarah says, 6 questions, Lens. I might have time Sunday before I leave, but I'll check. Oh, 6 questions getting a date going on there. Grant says, I agree with Beth, except for her view on Greece.
It's because of the What You Do restaurant.
Yeah, I remember.
Olivia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Pasco says, I'm in Chester, West Virginia, and I know Bethany.
I thought we were going to have
a
conversation about beauty school dropout when you guys mentioned
Oh, Greece. I do know him, yeah. Beauty school dropout.
What show has a character that just says random things that leave everybody scratching their heads?
South Park? I'm Towley, dude.
You are Towley.
You want to go to Funky Town?
Trying to get high? Oh, God. Bethany, people want to know what you have against Greece.
I have nothing against Greece.
The country or the movie?
I have something against seafood in the middle of South Central Pennsylvania.
You're silly. That's so silly.
Say South Central again?
South Central?
Oh.
South Central. South Central.
I'm from near Pittsburgh.
South Central.
Well, I'm not close enough because you didn't know the walk tallers were fake, huh?
Hey, can you turn the camera off real quick?
What was that finger?
I can't change camera angles because the sound cuts out.
Oh.
Lucky me.
Grant says 2 news anchors now, and Matt can be the weather girl. 6 questions says Cindy is awesome, and this sounds like a great idea. I think so. All right, 60-second PVI says... Sorry about that. The AI recording sounded a lot more engineered than I would have expected based on what Matt said about the Walk Tallers, but I was too busy enjoying the songs, lyrics, and antics to give it a thought. Thank you, 60-second. You know, by the way, here's where I got the idea of the Walk Tallers. Have you ever seen these videos?
I don't even want to hear about it.
On YouTube.
I don't want to hear about it.
No, the audience must know. You see these videos on YouTube of these musicians that do like 1920s jazz or they do covers of songs in different styles. And it's just one camera. They're in the middle of the room. The audio's good. And they're very, very good. Right now, of course, they're on YouTube and they have a lot of followers and they go and do shows and everything.
Yeah.
And there's another band. I think they're from Russia. And all they do is cover Chicago songs. And they're fantastic. Except for the Russian accents, you know. Can this feeling that we have together? It doesn't work. But the music is fantastic, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I got the idea for the Walk
Why do you
Tallers.
think they picked Chicago of all the bands?
I don't
They
well,
like Chicago.
You don't understand.
Leonard Skinner would have
In
made more
Russia,
sense.
in Russia, so Chicago's first album came out in 1967. Russia didn't get it till 1994. So Chicago's only like 30 years old to them. They don't realize they're like 60 years old. Well, the people are actually like 80. Oh, you are so bitter.
I
You are
am
so
bitter.
Listen, all you need to do is prank me.
I'm not good at that though.
Well, people will help you. I guarantee it. People will knock down your door to help you come up with a prank for me.
I don't do stuff like
Well, you
Bethany,
should.
If you would have thought that out, you could have just came to me. I'm great at it.
He is. Except that I could smell him
I
a mile
pranked
away.
Taylor into marrying me.
Not with another monologue though, so I'm gonna just cut it
It was
there.
a one-liner.
All right, let's see. If
so
you just seeing what everybody else is saying here. Yeah, 73%. I really can't believe that. Grant says Beth wins. He's very excited about that because everybody was with you. Just for
He's
me now.
upset about that song not being a real deal.
Is he? Where does he say that?
I don't know. I got the vibe. from
Oh
his
yeah,
comment.
yeah. No, he's very upset about that for sure. Looking forward to going to this business in September, says Frazier. Okay, there you go. He used to shop at Abraham's Lady. Oh, that's a long time ago. Abraham's Lady was there on Steinwar. 6 questions says Maryland Sutler is a cool business. John's attention to detail is spectacular.
I should have asked
He even
if
rolled
had
his
any
R's.
Marine Corps stuff.
That's a real choir, Beth. They're big fans of the show. Now Grant's he's gonna overdo that now.
Careful, Grant.
Yeah.
He's not going to like you
It's
anymore.
gonna be like, Nor, Beth, they're a real choir and they're big fans of the show. Nor.
Nor.
Or Nor. Or
My
Nor.
toilet flushes the wrong direction, oh Nor. We should make another Grant song about his toilet flushing the wrong way.
He's gonna get dizzy when he comes up here. This is nice.
What's this one?
You guys want me to tell you a story about the Marine Corps?
It's the Harry Potter version. It reminds me of a Harry Potter soundtrack song.
A little bit,
Get Lord of the Rings vibe.
Same idea.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
What are they singing?
They're not. I just thought it was pretty.
Just all lying.
They're lying. Sorry.
Speaking of flushing toilets,
You know
dude,
what?
What? Are you really upset about it?
I got a
Yes.
story that'll make you happy.
Debbie, are you upset? Wait, hold on. Colby, can we stick with the host show, please? Debbie, what do you think about nuclear war? No, what do you think? Were you upset? You figured it out last week? Were you like,
How did you
how
figure it out?
disappointing?
How did you figure
Yeah,
it out?
yeah.
And how did you tell Matt that you knew that it was not?
Right.
Oh, I didn't tell him till now. So I got suspicious when he kept playing the same song in like 8 different
Yes.
genres.
See?
And that's because
See, actually, that's
thought-
what made it more believable to me because I thought there was a bunch of people and they were writing something small, but then having the
They
different
had
people.
different singers on, like a guy singer on one, a girl
Yeah.
singer on another. Like that still seemed more convincing.
Yes, that.
I guess they could have been using a voice changer.
the more genres that it was, the more suspicious I got.
Yeah. All right,
And
sorry.
then Mike actually was like, "Oh yeah, that's AI," and I went, "That makes sense."
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Mike told you is what it was then.
I
Go ahead.
suspected it, but he confirmed it.
You guys sound so funny with the deep voices.
You should give them deep voices and us high-pitched voices.
I can only do one at a time. That's the problem.
Dear God.
All right, Beth. Are you ready?
No.
Why?
Are you going to play a song?
I was going to do the news.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Let's do the serious one.
Yeah, can we do serious?
Yeah, we can do
All
Good
right,
girl, that's what I'm
Bethy.
talking
Yeah. All right,
She's
here we
prepared.
go.
All 4 things are Matt's an a-hole.
I'm going to pull that one. That's good. All right, ready?
Yeah,
Here we
hold
go.
And now, all the news that's fit to print and a good deal that's not. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Bethany Yingling, with current events and sidewalk conditions.
Gettysburg School District okays budget, so Gettysburg's taxes are only going up. Gettysburg Doors Open event happens this weekend. Tourism season is finally here, and Gettysburg Tour Center is officially holding its grand opening. Non-history related events are on the calendar for this weekend. All this and more on today's news.
Yeah!
You did
Good
great.
job.
You did great.
That was good.
You've been thrown for a loop. It worked.
Yeah, the deep voice.
Are
kinda...
you an AI?
I am, actually.
All right, AI Bethany, take over the news.
Okay, hold on. There's something in my eyeball.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
You all right?
Yeah. Okay.
You crying?
No, I think I have an eyelash. Okay. I'm just going to do them in order. There's no rhyme or reason to my
Sure,
list
go
here.
ahead.
Okay. The non-history related nerds are going to enjoy this weekend because there's a lot of events going on. One is the annual bird walk at Spangler Spring.
Bird walk.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh, you go looking at birds.
Oh, is it
Yes.
While walking.
Sponsored by the South Mountain Audubon Society, which
would
is
be
on
awesome.
Saturday, May 11th. It is also International Migratory Bird Day. The event is free and open to the public. You can meet at Spangler Spring parking area at Colgrove Avenue at 7 to 7:30 a.m.
But shit's for the birds.
I ain't getting up for it.
The group will bird from the parking area, then continue along the paved road.
They'll bird
If
from the parking
unable
area.
to be there by 7:30, join at your convenience. Group usually heads south on Colgrove Avenue and then does the loop that follows Gary to the north side of Colgrove.
Geary.
Geary.
Yeah.
Where's Colgrove Avenue?
That's the one you got to go further down Baltimore Pike to catch it. It's like if you don't know it's there, you'll not know it's there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Like you'll either discover it by accident or someone will show you.
Is it down by like it's something like Blacksmith Road or
Yeah.
It's
Blacksmith
down,
Shop Road. It's
down
it's
there.
just before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not Blacksmith Shop Road. That's Granite Schoolhouse.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. You're right. It's Granite Schoolhouse, and then you can turn onto Blacksmith Shop. God.
Anyway.
Down boy.
No, but I've been on a real big boat.
Okay.
Okay, Gettysburg School District is hiking their taxes. So they approved for the 24-25 preliminary budget with a 1% tax increase at this Monday's meeting. The motion passed 5-2. Now, here is the part that has me kerfuffled. The proposed 1% tax increase is slated to cover the district's portion of a future Adams County Technical Institute bond, estimated at $10 million. But it could be more, according to the school officials. And then they said about building a new building. So it would be a brand new building, and that $10 million is not even going to cut it $10 million is not even going to cut it to have a quarter of a wing of a building.
What? Well, also, why are you paying for a new school?
It's not for the new school. It is for a new school, but it's for a county technical institute.
Apex Tech.
Apex Tech.
You don't remember Apex Tech commercials?
No, but that's a great name.
Yeah. We can't call you. You have to take the first step.
If your property, the average price of your property was $269,000, a resident would then pay $30 $30.30 more in their taxes each year.
On top of the freaking school tax that they have in this county, which is absurd.
That is the school tax.
Yeah,
they're going to hike it up.
Do you know how much I paid my first year here in school taxes?
No.
Keep in mind,
You better have kids.
I was going to say.
I don't have any kids.
Yeah, you better have them and make it worth it.
I paid $7,500.
Jesus.
In school taxes.
And they still can't churn out smart kids.
I don't know about that. Now,
I don't think they need more schools. I think they need better teachers.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Faster!
the 2025 budget has increases in salary, the inclusion of a 4th school police officer, the girls' head wrestling coach and 1 assistant coach, medical insurance, the tuition for this new building, cyber charter schools, transportation, technology, software, and supports, the bond for this new building, and future debt funding and capital funds raised to historical averages.
Did you say the girls' head wrestling coach?
Yes.
Yep.
That's part of what this is for?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that seems a little ridiculous.
Now, here's the part that kind of makes me go, huh? The budget's decreases included reductions to workmen's compensation, Lincoln Intermediate Unit professional services, which is everything for students with special needs, budgetary reserve and purchase property services such as disposal, lawn care, water and sewage, as well as supplies like natural gas, fuel, oil, and electricity.
So they're cutting
Those
services to special needs kids?
They're cutting Lincoln Intermediate Unit professional services.
So they could have a female wrestling team head coach paid for?
It must be very popular.
Matt, this is falling
It actually is.
Oh, Bethany. All right,
Women's wrestling is getting very popular.
Is it really?
I know, but shouldn't they pull that funding from somewhere else? You know?
I would agree.
I'm going to come over and fix that. You keep talking, okay?
Yeah.
Just hold on. I'll be over there.
Technical issues.
I told you that I was going to break it. Did I not say the very first thing I said is that I wasn't going to touch it because I was going to break it? And I actually broke it.
Were you just twisting it in 360s like
I
the
wasn't.
entire show?
I wasn't.
It's okay. You're fine. Just move it there. Don't move it up here. Just move it there. Okay. You're good. You're good. You got it.
Okay.
Now she's terrified to touch it at all.
Let's get it. Let's get it going. Come on.
Faster!
You know, one thing I don't understand, we already have plenty of schools in this county. Why does the taxpayer need to cover the bill for another school in this
Well, why do taxes go up where incompetence?
and we're in like the highest inflation we've had in
Yes,
decades.
they always raise it during inflation. Whatever. I'm not. This isn't.
If you live in the historical district of Gettysburg, you're already getting raked over the coals with taxes, anyways.
Well, if you don't like it, you don't have to live here. If you don't like it, you can just
That's
go
what I
live
want to say to
somewhere
all
else.
those kids protesting.
We
at
have
the
a fine
colleges around the
education
country.
system. We want to educate our children. We want to make sure that they have women's wrestling, and then we cut services to special needs kids.
And then you get those protesters like at Columbia taking over the schools with those college educations.
That's actually one of the things I think they want to raise a tax for, so they can teach them how to do that.
a real like revolutionist boot camp.
Revolution, intro to revolution. It's a senior elective. All right, what else you got, Beth?
Bethany, what else is in the news?
Community to celebrate tourism. Okay, local residents are invited to celebrate National Travel and Tourism Week with free bus rides, food, and musical entertainment at the grand opening of the Gettysburg Tour Center on Sunday, May 19th.
Ah, yes. Have you been in there yet?
I haven't. No,
It's very nice.
I haven't either.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, it's a nice new building. Do you remember what it used to be?
Yeah.
Remember when we had Max on and we were talking about what it used to be?
It was held together by baling wire and
yeah.
duct tape.
I mean, it's a beautiful upgrade for sure. We were in there, I don't know, a month or two ago, probably 2 months ago by now, and it was nice. You know, smelled brand new. I love that new building smell.
New building smell.
Yeah, it was good.
So this community day. Why am I struggling?
Well, you're very nervous.
Language today.
Yeah.
Community Day will take place from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Gettysburg Tour Center. Attendees can enjoy a 30 to 40-minute downtown bus ride and receive discount coupons to return for a full-length guided bus tour. A complimentary picnic lunch will include cake and grilled hot dogs.
You know,
No.
I love my new Blackstone 36-inch griddle.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, moving on.
Okay, I eat so much. I cook.
What do you eat?
I cook
Do you eat meat or veggies?
meat. What are you, nuts? I yesterday I cooked a pound of bacon, and then I did ground beef and ground lamb. And
Lamb from?
huh?
Where'd you get ground lamb from?
I found a lamb roaming down the road on a farm, and I
Don't believe him. Everything he says is lies. This carnivore diet, he's not going on a carnivore diet. It's a lie.
Joker's eating
A
ice cream
lie.
right now.
And we wonder why half the restaurants are closed before we get out of here.
right, exactly, because of Debbie.
Oh, yeah. Totally my fault.
No,
Always
because
is.
what do you mean? I found it at the grocery store. Ground.
Ground lamb in Gettysburg. That seems kind of.
Oh no!
No, they have it.
No.
You know.
No, and I got at a couple of weeks ago or last week I made lamb chops, but I did it. I did it like I did the filet mignon.
The song when you were making them.
Lamb chops, play along.
That
where
song.
kids come to play along.
Faster! Lamb chop, play along.
Do it!
Leave us alone, Matthew Broderick. Okay, what else you got, Beth?
Well, hold on one second.
All
because-
right.
Faster! Faster!
Because the national park has kerfluffled me.
Hey, I was going to ask you. So on the the scale of like annoyed to like super pissed off, where is kerfuffled? Where does that fall?
Kerfuffled.
It's like
it's more like bewildered, isn't
bewildered. Yeah.
It's
okay.
a fabulous word. I love that.
Do I
Yes.
use it a lot?
Pretty much every show.
You've used it
once a
several
week.
times.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm building a
You
collection for
use
the
it about as much
soundboard.
as I use the term Marine Corps.
Yeah.
I do not.
I'll ask the Walk Tallers to write a song about your use of the word kerfuffled.
That's what I'm talking about.
The lies that you told me.
The lies.
The lies that you told me, because I was like, did I talk about the meth head woman on the show? And you were like, no, I gave them that.
Yeah,
and
I
then
did.
I've been
I
trying
did give
to,
them that.
I've been
There is
trying
no
to
time.
figure
I
out
gave
how
them
this
that.
happened.
Because he is.
I have told you there is no time for that.
Okay.
There is no time.
We got to get to dinner.
Doors Open Gettysburg.
Right, yes.
Will be this weekend.
Oh,
You have
yes.
an insider's look at the history of 4 magnificent battlefield and farm structures at the Gettysburg National Military Park.
What time is that?
This is a free event held during National Preservation Month, Historic Preservation Month.
Okay.
It is on May 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They are going to open 4 structures on the battlefield, and you can go inside of them. So the structures are the Abraham Bryan House on Hancock Avenue, the Lydia Leister House, also known as Meade's headquarters, Jacob Hummelbaugh House, which is on Pleasanton Avenue, and then Mary Thompson House, which is Lee's headquarters, will be open, as well as the David Wills House. So that's kind of a bonus one.
Right. Now, what
Because
time
they're
does
gonna
that
be
start
open for the season.
on Saturday?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
And
Okay.
no.
May I
10.
slightly interject on this one?
Of course, you have a microphone in front of you.
Excellent. Thank you. So Doors Open becomes the official opening for the ambassador program.
Where all the ambassadors from D.C. come up and...
Yeah, that's totally what it is.
Uh-huh.
The ambassador program is designed to get volunteers into spaces that the public would like to see when there's, a shortage of staff in terms of rangers. So
Gotcha. Okay, so, and you're an ambassador.
I am. So if you miss
Well,
it
hello,
on Saturday,
ambassador.
Well, thank you. If you miss it on Saturday, but you come Sunday afternoon, I will be in the Leister House from 1:30 to 3:30.
Oh, very nice. So you can go, and will you be signing autographs if people ask?
Sure.
All right. You hear
So where's your ambassador's residence?
What?
You know how ambassadors always have a residence?
Oh, yeah. Where do you get to live? Yeah, like a brownstone in
DC.
Yeah.
Or on the Eisenhower farm.
Oh, I like that idea. I wish. No. So the other structures will be the Bryan House, the Warfield House, and the McPherson Barn.
Okay.
So there's no set schedule because it is volunteer based, and so it's whenever the volunteers can actually be there.
Right.
So check at the information desk to see what may or may not be open the day you're visiting.
And one more time, you're going to be there when?
I will be there Sunday afternoons, 1:30 to 3:30.
Okay, very good.
wow.
And seriously, will you sign autographs if people ask?
Sure.
Okay, good. Good.
Okay. Last but not least.
Yes.
A major announcement that just happened while we were on the air tonight by the Gettysburg National Military Park. I'm just going to read their announcement word for word.
All right. And
It says literally major
this.
announcement. More people are dying in horrible ways in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
No, that's just a run-of-the-mill average day. That's not a major announcement.
That's not a major announcement.
Right. All right, go ahead.
We are excited to announce that the Bushman and Slider houses will be available for overnight accommodations beginning on May 24th, 2024.
Ooh.
Make your reservations now. Full details, including 3D and 300 60-degree videos and a photo album, are on our website.
Oh, so wait a second. So they're not opening it for bids now?
So those two.
They are or aren't?
Well,
so
can we talk about that offline?
Well, what's the story say?
So, that is, for these two, the park is going to be administering it.
The park is, or the foundation is?
The park. The foundation is not, as far as I know.
The park is.
At the meeting I was at earlier, it's not the foundation.
So are they going to put out a call for bids to manage other farmhouses like they did a couple years ago?
This announcement.
Well, this announcement is completely different than the meeting I had earlier today. So I don't know what to tell you.
Well, maybe they're just saying it's the park that's managing it, but the foundation is the managing. No,
I don't think so. No, so
it's interesting.
But, yeah, that is very interesting,
Yes,
Veronica.
yes.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, they just announced that during the show here, so something must have changed between 9:00 this morning and.
Yeah, that came in while we were doing the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's
breaking news, folks.
Breaking news. That would be cool though to
Oh
stay
my
in
God!
one of those houses.
Have you ever been in the Bushman house?
The Bushman house? No.
Okay, so the Bushman house is right there off of the Emmitsburg Road, and the driveway for Bushman is also kind of the driveway for Slider.
Right.
So they're kind of right there together.
Right.
So Bushman was the first one to be redone. And while that was being redone, one of our employees lived at Slider.
Okay.
So it has kind of been a house before. But Bushman, when you go out the back door from the kitchen and you look out, it's
the round tops.
It's the round tops right there.
Oh, that's nice.
It's the most amazing view of the round tops. And it has multiple bedrooms, so you can, have multiple couples stay or multiple family people. And it will really knock down the price. Now, I don't know what the price is.
How do you?
I looked it up.
Yeah.
Bushman is something like $475 right now. Like when you get more to the off season, the price goes down a little bit, but not a ton.
Okay.
Slider is $200.
It's much smaller.
It is much smaller. But the other caveat is you pay a $250 deposit that is refunded only after you have left and they've inspected it and you didn't damage the place.
Right.
Because the very first, I don't know if you know this, the very first weekend they had Bushman open, somebody put something hot on the new countertops and it burned a huge mark into the countertop.
When
sat on it.
How long has this been open for?
Bushman?
Yeah.
Bushman, it was pre-COVID when they did it, and it was available for rental.
Oh, I knew that. That's
Yeah.
right. I did know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was
And
since I've been working for the foundation.
so now
'cause I
they're
helped-
adding the slider farm to that.
Yeah, I helped.
Will you be allowed to drive down there, or are you going to have to park and walk from the sign that says unauthorized or
No.
authorized vehicles
No,
only?
you can drive down there.
Okay.
I would assume you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I assumed I could, and I got yelled at.
Well, you can't just drive down there without having a reservation.
Well, apparently, you also can't just drive down there and do donuts, which is what I was doing when I got yelled at.
Rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Krispy
Can't
Kreme.
imagine why they yelled at you for that.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
Are they hot and ready?
Huh?
Were
They were still warm by the time I got them down there. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's interesting though. Well, a bunch of how many people does the Bushman hold?
I think it has 4 bedrooms.
4 bedrooms, so
And then-
8 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 8 couples can rent it. And
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that.
I'm not going to quote you on anything. I'll just. Well, the only thing I'm going to quote you on is this,
All right, you bitches up for some food?
Yeah.
and then this.
Which we still haven't decided where we're having food.
No, and I think we need to decide that
because
because I think Cindy's watching and she's going to meet us wherever we're going. So, listen, I know I said this before, but I'm really serious. I'm sick of having to be the one to decide everything. So please, you guys tell me what to do.
All I ask is that it is not Zuma's because I've had that like 5 times.
All right, how about we go get some seafood at Olivia's?
They're not open.
I know, it's just
Are they?
probably closing by the time we get there. I'm kidding. I don't want to go all the way down there tonight.
It's like so close to my house though.
Olivia's is?
Yeah.
Oh, because you go over, yeah. Okay, well, all
they're
right.
open till 10.
Well,
Well,
you're
just
right.
saying.
No. Let's.
Oh, if it's close to my house, we don't want to go down there. I see how we are.
There's a place like 2 doors down from my place. Why don't we go there? No. What about?
We'll
you
figure it out really fast because I have to pee.
All right, go. Figure it out. Go. Figure it out now. Figure it out, girls. Join the car party, Colby. Let us know where you want to go.
I'm going
Come on.
home.
All right.
Gettysburg Eddie's is open till 9. Dobbin House till 9. Gary Owen is open. I think their kitchen closes at 9 too.
Is it 9 or 10?
I don't remember.
We were there. They were closing when we were there last time, though, and only by our very, very nice waiter got me a skillet cookie. Oh, let's go there because I want a skillet cookie.
Oh no!
Hey, I'm not arguing that one.
Grant is more than happy to participate in pranking me.
We are
Good.
all familiar with Labella's, which is open till 10. We could go out to TGI Fridays, which is open till 11.
No.
I didn't think so.
Are you
but
purposely taking a long time because I have to pee, or what's going on?
No. I'm
Mason
just,
Dixon's open till 9.
Okay.
Upper Crust is open till 12. I don't know if that means their
I've
kitchen
never
or
been
not,
there.
but I've never been in there either. Borough Barbecue is open till 10.
Let's make Cindy choose.
We're okay. Where do you want to go? You're going to make me decide, aren't you?
Sounds really cool when I do this.
That's exactly what she's doing.
That's what they're doing.
Oh my! I'm not doing that. I am presenting the options. I am literally up for any of those
Here's
options.
the differentiator, though.
Yeah.
Presenting options isn't picking.
That's
an
right,
option.
exactly.
This is true. Hey, I agreed to Gary
This
Owen
is-
when she suggested it.
Tonight?
Yeah.
All right, let's go there.
Okay.
Okay, see how easy that was?
You still decided.
You're right.
Is that a prank? I feel like that should be a prank.
Well, you're
Oh,
right.
my
I
Lord.
decided
I have
anyway,
to
didn't
pee.
I?
I love you
All right,
guys.
so you know what you're going to do then? You're going to go and pee and because we're going to end the show. Is that all right with you?
Yes.
All right, very good. So we're going to go over to Gary Owen. We'll see you there. It's going to be very exciting. We'll get something to eat and we'll all sing songs together like, Bethany, oh Bethany or something. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you. Thanks to John and Kathy for coming on. Thanks,
Yeah.
Colby, for your due diligence in the back there. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Bethany, Debbie, thank you all. And you guys, have yourselves a good night. Talk to you later.
Today's opening theme is written and performed by Colin Southfield and the Mushroom Country Band. Bumper music is arranged and performed by Billy Webster and sometimes Kevin McLeod. AG Today is produced by Matt Cowlery, Bethany Yingling, Debbie Jones, and Cindy Compton. Engineered by Colby Sumner and maybe sometimes someone else. Guest accommodations are provided by the guests themselves. We'll need a couple thousand patrons to be able to put people up in hotels. Speaking of patrons, maybe you'd like to become one. You'll find plenty of perks over there, not to mention hundreds of episodes that will help you further your Gettysburg and Civil War education. So go to patreon.com/Addressing Gettysburg. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg. Thanks for listening.
You goddamn mean son of a bitch!
Say it faster. It's getting to be goddamn ridiculous.
You goddamn son of a bitch! Faster! You goddamn mean son of a bitch!
Say it faster.
You goddamn mean dirty son of a bitch!
Say my name. This concludes our broadcast day. Goddamn right.